The inner journey. The inner journey is accomplished with the help of everything that is external, namely the body, the mind, the senses. All of them have to cooperate in this inward journey. When the body assumes a position that is conducive for dhyana, meditation, the inner journey unfolds beautifully. Checking to see if the head, neck, and back are in a single line. Eyes softly closed. Breathing freely and fully. Full, deep, long inhalations and exhalations. Nowhere to go, nothing to accomplish. For that matter, nothing to give up. When I recognize that, I'm in touch with Atma, I, whose nature is Heyopadeya Varjita, free of acquiring, free of giving up. I bring the awareness back to the breath repeatedly. Each time it strays, full breaths, long breaths, deep breaths. And notice the bonus gift that this simple breathing practice brings with it in the form of a tranquil mind. Watching the breath calms down the mind. Then we have to make sure to offload the mind of various things it has acquired in the course of the life to make room for meditation. Offload the mind of the samskaras, impressions, thoughts, memories that have left a lesha, a residue that comes as a block to the meditation. Breathing in, I recognize these blocks. They are there. Breathing out, I know that I am not any one of them. Keep seeing the truth of this statement. Breathing in, I know that there are blocks, chronic issues. Breathing out, I know my nature is free of them. Not connected to the past. Or its effects. When I see the blocks in the forms of my own hesitation, perhaps sorrow, fear, anger, pain, I can see that there is an inner space between me and what I observe. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Even though these hurdles in the present might look inauspicious, Ashubha, I am not touched by them because I am Shiva, the most auspicious. I let the sorrow be. I let the anger be. I let the fear be. With a compassionate glance, I acknowledge them. This is how the Antahkarana is right now. Compassionate glance, loving glance. Between me and sorrow, between me and any form of pain, there is a subtle distance. Distance called understanding, pratiti, observation, sakshita, knowledge, wisdom. Antakarana, my inner psyche, mind, buddhi, emotions, ahankara, Ishvara Srishti. Tasmai Bhagavate Namaha. Ishvara's creation. My emotions, Ishvara's creation. My doubt, Ishvara's creation. My distrust, Ishvara's creation. Part of the psychological order, manifestation of the Lord. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. When I look at my emotions, my past, my background, from this standpoint, I can drop the word my because it's all Ishvara's creation. I did not choose my parentage. I did not choose to be born. I did not choose my background. I did not choose my family. I did not choose my childhood. Ishvara. I let Ishvara be Ishvara. I let go of the word my from background, parentage, pain, anger, emotions. The word my goes and joins Samashti, a total manifestation of the psychological order called the mind. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Immediately there is a relief. When I hold on to the emotions, thinking they are mine, they hold on to me. They become my only reality from which there is no escape. I let go. I give back to Ishvara what belongs to Ishvara. I am free, free of actions, free of results of action, free of papa, free of punya. Ananvitam papena, ananvitam punyena. The mind quietens down still further. I am here now, a simple conscious being. Right here, right now. I am like a tree that is in a forest. In fact, I can visualize that. Standing tall in the breeze, swaying gently the branches and the leaves. I am a tree, tall and strong. There are other trees. I am connected to all of them. I'm not the only tree in the forest. In fact, I am connected to the forest. But I am a tree with a human mind, visualizing myself as a tree. Therefore, even though I'm connected to the forest, there is a sense of alienation with the total, from the total, from the forest. In meditation, we highlight this connection. Even though the connection is already there, we highlight the connection in the form of a japa. Om Ishaya Namaha. Salutations unto the Creator of all, the Overlord of all, the one who is never lorded, whose essential nature is in the word Om, just like my essential nature is seen through the word Om. Om Ishaya Namaha. 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 who is the chanter, who is the meditator. Dhyata kaha. Is the chanter away from the chant? Listen closely to find out. Om Ishaya Namaha. 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 I listen to the chant. I am aware of the chant. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om. When the chant stopped, what is it that I'm listening to? Silence. Who is the cognizer of the chant? Who is the cognizer of no chant? Simple, conscious being. Consciousness, in fact. Chant consciousness is Om Ishaya Namaha. No chant consciousness is. Om Ishaya Namaha. Meditating consciousness is. Non-meditating consciousness is. Om Ishaya Namaha. Focused consciousness is. Distracted consciousness is. Dhyayati eva, as though focused. Leelayati eva, as though moving away. Unmoving consciousness as though moves away from the object of meditation, from the chant. All-pervasive consciousness as though focuses on the chant. Moving consciousness is. Stillness consciousness is. Consciousness is. I. Aham. All-pervasive, hidden in all hearts. Self-effulgent, free. In the form of the revealing witness, in whose presence there is focus, there is movement, who is free of both focus or distraction. Tat Sat Ahamasmi. Ahamasmi. Aham Asmi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Take a minute to wiggle the toes and hands. Come back to the body. When you're ready, you can open the eyes. Om Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Apyayantu Mamangani Vakpranashchakshushrotramatho Balamindriyani Cha Sarvani Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam Maham Brahma Nirakuryam Mama Brahma Nirakarot Anirakaranamastva Nirakaranam me astu Tadatmani Nirateya Upanishatsu Dharmaste Mayi Santu Te Mayi Santu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We are looking at the opening prayer. We already saw half of it yesterday. May my limbs, my karanas, indriyas, what are the indriyas? Karmendriyas, jnanendriyani cha, may all of them be in service of this knowledge. May they grow in maturity. How do the eyes grow in maturity? By not seeing things, by unseeing things that are not pertinent to my quest. This is what happens as we grow into this knowledge. Before, the eyes and the head are everywhere. What's happening there? Oh, something interesting. Oh, some noise. In Rishikesh, there will always be noise, okay? Yeah. Some drums will be there, some chanting will be there, some people will be doing some dance, some suddenly one, what is that called? Some procession will be taken with some Ishta Devata. It will be taken. So in the beginning, I am part of this whole Jagat. I'm just here. I'm just being pulled, yanked in every direction. The eyes go. When the eyes go, what else goes? Body runs. Oh, maybe I can click photos and maybe I can make a newsletter of my time in Rishikesh. Rishikesh blog. There's also something called vlog, video blog. Okay, yes, I can take something, and for video, what I have to do, I have to get a best kind of a place to do this. Let me go. But as it's almost like, see, the indriyas don't really grow, but it's a poetic way of, beautiful way of saying, as the eyes mature, as the mind matures, the maturity of the mind as though is transferred to the eyes, to the ears, and then they kind of shut down without shutting down. They selectively go to the places where Tattvamasi is taught. Anywhere where Shastra is being taught, the eyes prick. Ooh, let me go there. Before, what were the ears go there? Before, what were the ears go doing? Responding to everything. And when you respond and react to everything, there is a restlessness. Without doing anything, you are exhausted. You wake up tired. You go to sleep, of course, tired. In class or outside class. Wherever the sleep comes, there is an exhausted sleep because the indriyas are being overworked all the time, responding to various kinds of stimuli. This is what animals do. Yeah, this is what animals do. They are easily startled. They are like, oh, oh, what's there? The dog wags its tail, goes there. Oh, what's that? Something to eat, something to look, somebody to bite, somebody to chase after. We can't be doing that. We have a higher purpose, a better purpose. That is why this body has been given. This beautiful body, this beautiful mind, the beautiful sense organs, capable of being disciplined, capable of focusing. Oh, but you just now said as though focus doesn't matter. Yeah. At least pretend to focus. They will go a long way. This is a gift. And this gift alone will take us to this knowledge. Therefore, Āpyayantu, may they be protected from all unnecessary things, all boring things, things which will take me away from this teaching. I do not want. I want only the things that are what? That are relevant to me now. Relevant to me who is a anuyayi, a follower of the Shastra. Now I have my sights set elsewhere. Now I'm not satisfied with this kind of a small things. Because when the sight is on the biggest thing, then I'm not satisfied with little crumbs. Some noise somewhere, some little glimpse, some wedding procession, some two people having a fight. All this I'm not interested in. So the ears kind of shut down. Without shutting down, the eyes shut down means no longer available for these kinds of distractions, these kinds of activities. May my karmendriyas, may my jnanendriyas become mature, become ready for what? Brahmadhyayanam. Only for Brahman. Whenever the word Brahman, there let the indriyas go. Now, what are the indriyas doing? When I say gulab jamun, that's where they go. So, now, what do I want? Whenever the word Brahman is there, let the love for the truth of myself prevail over the love for all kinds of things that the Jagat has to offer, which are ephemeral, which are impermanent, which are drishtanashta swabhava. This much we have seen. Why? Why should I do this? Why should I know Brahman? Sarvam Brahma. There is nothing other than Brahman. That's why you should know this. And that Brahman is who? You. Are you sure you're not pointing to somebody behind me? No, you are this Brahman. No, but I already know myself. So and so, 5 feet, so many inches, and then what else? And this much alone, limited, married to another limited, limited plus limited, doubly limited, private limited. Okay. Because now there is a unit. So this is what I am. And how can you say I am Brahman? Brahman is Jagat Karanam. How is this even possible? Sarvam Brahma. Aupanishadam. Aupanishadam Brahma. Brahman, the knowledge of Brahman is born from where? Upanishad. Upanishadsu bhavam aupanishadam. This is why the indriyas have to grow up. The indriyas have to grow up in order to at least appreciate the gravity of this knowledge and appreciate how much I have, how many years, forget years, how many lifetimes I have come away from this knowledge, even though I had opportunity for it. How much time has gone by without me being enlightened to the fact that I am nothing but this alone. How much time has gone by? How many lifetimes have just gone by in this? This I have to understand. Please grow me up, Hey Bhagavan. Because everything is what? Brahma. I am. If everything means what? Can I leave myself out? No. You try. You can't negate the negator. And therefore, Maham Brahma Nirakuryam. Let me not, the only papa that is possible is what? Self-denial. Brahman Asti. There is no such thing as Brahman. If I come to this conclusion, what will happen? Taittiriya Upanishad says, Asanneva sabhavati asad brahmeti veda chet asti brahmeti chet veda santamenantato viduriti. Asat eva sabhavati. That person becomes non-existent. Who becomes non-existent? You. Oh, really? Me? Why? The one who says Brahman asti. There is no Brahman. If you say, that means what are you saying? I don't exist. Can you seriously say I don't exist? Nirakaranam is not possible at all. There is no negation possible. Because you can negate everything, but you cannot negate the negator. Na drashtuhu drishtehe viparilopo vidyate bhavati. Why? Avinashitvat. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Drashtuhu drishtehe. Of the seer
from the seen, there is no distance between seer and seen. The seen resolves into the seer, and the seer is irresolute. The seer cannot be seen. The seer is irresolute. Why? Avinashitvat, because of not being subject to destruction. And so this kind of Brahman, from whom I have been vanchita. Vanchita means I have not let myself have this Brahman due to various problems, emotional problems, distractions, lack of focus, laya, vikshepa. These are the problems. And because of this, I have been away, and therefore, let me not make the mistake of trying to negate Brahman here. Trying to negate Brahman is trying to negate myself. And what is the only kind of Brahman available to us right now in this manifest universe? In the form of Bhagavan, Ishvara. Brahman and Ishvara are synonymous because we live in a manifest universe. If we live in a manifest, variegated universe, there must be a person, a conscious being who is the cause of the universe. The only Brahman that we can get acquainted to is who? Ishvara. Ayo, up till you said Brahman, I was okay. Now you brought Ishvara in. I'm having allergies. This is called Ishvara allergy. Why is there this Ishvara allergy? It's an emotional issue. Ishvara allergy, Brahman, Ishvara, same. Emotional issue. Authority issue, authority problem, because of which I can deny Brahman, because of which I can deny Ishvara. That is the problem. That is the issue. This is what I have to overcome. This is the only negation possible, and as though negation where I am being away. I'm being away from this very thing that is fulfilling me. I'm being away from it through a kritrimam nirakaranam. Kritrimam means what? Artificial negation. Artificial negation. Because it's real negation is not possible. Brahman is you. If you say there is no Brahman, it's a laughable issue. So the only way you can say no, but there is no Brahman is like an ersatz, what is that? False way, kritrimam, an artificial negation based on my own issues with authority. These are called mommy issues, daddy issues of the stern father. And then so, now when I think of God, what is there? All the scriptures say, God the Father. Oh no. What if he is Godfather? Oh my God. Very small difference between God the Father and Mafia, Godfather. Allergy, Ishvara allergy. Stern mother, controlling father, controlling mother. Therefore what? I don't want to have anything to do with Ishvara. Ishvara allergy. Then how will you know Brahman? I will wait till everything becomes one. Ishvaratvam goes in the wake of pralaya. When the cycle of creation comes to an end, Ishvaratvam resolves, and I will wait till that happens. It's like the elephant who somehow climbed up the tree and then was stuck in the tree. What to do? Then somebody asked the elephant, how will you get down the tree? You're dangerously, precariously perched and you're so big. I'll sit on a leaf and wait for autumn to come, said the elephant. When all the names and forms are undergoing a dissolution, are you going to be there? Say no, so we can move on. Okay? Are you going to be there? No. Is ashram going to be there? No. Is guru going to be there? No. Is shastra going to be there? No. Is the first portion of the Veda going to be there? No. Is the last portion of the Veda going to be there? No. There is no Atmajnanam, there is nothing, there is only Laya. No, that's okay. I'll enjoy the swimmy oneness with Brahman after Pralaya. There is no swimmy oneness. These are all spiritual romanticism, okay? Get over it. Now, there is no swimmy oneness. What oneness? You are not there to enjoy. You cannot enjoy the oneness. There is no enjoyer left away from the oneness. That is what this is all about. So therefore, what to do? Grow up. Yes. Grow up and grow out of the authority issues. At least before you grow out of them, you can suspend them and say, right now they are not going to be in operation. Because there is something to see and something that is dear to me. Nay, it is the truth of myself alone. And there is a way to understand it through the study of Upanishad, because Sarvam Brahma. And what is this Brahma? Aupanishadam eva Brahma. Sarvam Brahma Aupanishadam. Therefore, Maham Brahma Nirakuryam. May I not negate this, because a lot is at stake. If I negate this, I'm doing myself a great disservice. Somehow by accident, I have dropped into this knowledge. I was not planning to come to the ashram, but I ran out of holiday sites. Yes. I ran out of all the holiday sites. Then I said, oh, Rishikesh, and maybe I'll go rafting. Maybe I will go. What is that other one called? Bungee cord jumping. Yeah. I went there. Bungee or bungi? Bungee. Yes. Zip lining. Okay. All thrilling pursuits. Each one has a thrill. You're suspended in the air without holding on to anything. That's what we are trying to do here. Yeah. Don't hold on to anything. That's what we are giving you, the thrill right here. Why you want to go there? Yeah. You're an accidental tourist. So you go there and you find out no bungee cord jumping because it broke. Okay. Yeah. No river rafting, all full something. Then you just dejectedly kicking a pebble down the road, you're walking on this path. Oh, ashram. Oh, looks interesting. Let me go. Oh, somebody is talking. One Swami is talking. Nothing to lose. Let me sit. And how can you say there is no Brahman, there is no Ishvara? Ishvara worked so hard to shut down the bungee cord activity. Ishvara worked so hard to stop all the other, plug up all the distractions. Ishvara worked so hard that to make you not go on that Janki bridge and walk this side only. Ishvara worked extra hard to bring you here. What do you mean there is no Ishvara? What do you mean there is no Brahman? Therefore, what? Maham Brahma Nirakuryam. This is one problem hopefully solved. That's what the Shanti Mantra thinks when I repeat this. But there is another problem. What is the other problem? Ishvara doesn't love me. Brahman has abandoned me. Nobody loves me. Ishvara is also not an exception. Therefore, what? Mama Brahma Nirakarot. This is again an emotional problem. Mother issue, daddy issue. Nobody loves me. Somehow the feeling is there. The other sibling, mother loves more. The father loves more. See, they got something. You also got, but you forgot. Okay? Yeah. You got, but forgot. Okay? But when they got something, see? Yeah. They love them more because it's a girl and girls are precious. No. They love them more because it's a boy. Anything you'll tell. Everything becomes, you become a Nayayika. You become a logician. Yeah. They love them more because it's a boy. You are also a boy. No, no, no. Then we have to find out. They love them more because they're older. Then what about if you are, if you are older? No, the other one is loved because he's the baby. One person told me, I'm not loved. Why? Because I'm not the only girl. There are other girls in the family. I'm not the only boy. I'm not the youngest. I'm not the oldest. I'm right in the middle. Yes. This is called the middle child problem. Hey Bhagavan, in the next life, let me be the eldest one because that has so much freedom. They boss all the younger ones around. Let me be the eldest. Tathastu. Bhagavan has a sense of humor. Yeah. Vishnu says, Tathastu. And Goddess Lakshmi says, what is this? You keep saying Tathastu to everything. Just wait and watch. Don't try to argue with these people. You will never win. Bhagavan is saying. Just wait and watch. Tathastu. Next time, eldest child. Ooh, nice. But then what? Ayyo, I have to babysit all of you? What's wrong with these people? I have become parentified. This is a new psychological term. I have become parentified at a young age. They treated me like a baby parent. I was responsible for babysitting. I was myself a baby and I was babysitting other babies. Hey Bhagavan, next life make me what? Youngest, let me be the baby. Let everybody love me alone. Let me be the baby. Let me have a childhood. What did Bhagavan say? Tathastu. And then what? I'm bullied. All the older ones are picking on me and making me angry all the time. I'm bullied. And then I never get a new outfit. All hand me down, hand me down, hand me down. Never saw a new set of clothes in my life. Everything old. Doesn't matter. What is good for your siblings is good for you. Where? And also, the parents, they were not impressed by anything because they had seen it all. When the elder one did something, they would say, wow, clap, clap. Oh, you did this all by yourself? Great. Fantastic. And when I do the same thing, yeah, okay, been there, done that. And the eldest child cried immediately because the parents were also guinea pigs. They were also experimenting, being parents. You thought, oh my God, is this small thing going to die right now? Why is it crying like this? They would immediately go like this, go like this. And when I cried, they were like, she will survive. He will survive. Nothing, no problem at all. Because we have seen the first one and the second one cry and survive. This one also will cry and what? Survive. Not only survive, thrive. And the only prayer now left is what? Oh God, let me not be born again. Tathastu. Mama Brahma Nirakarot. Let there be no dvesha. Let there be no that longing to be one with the whole, that longing to be one with Ishvara. Let that longing not turn into hatred. Hatred is, Brahman cannot hate you. You cannot hate Brahman. What is this hatred? Misunderstanding. Because of all these issues, misunderstanding. My own background comes in the way. This is a beautiful prayer where the psychology of the human being, of the mumukshu, is taken care of. Mama Brahma Nirakarot. And for good measure, Anirakaranam Astu. All round non-negation, may it be there. What is non-negation? Acceptance. Let me grow into saying yes to whatever there is, because that is the manifestation of Bhagavan. What is Bhagavan. So whatever comes, whatever is, what is my response? Yes. No, but I have difficulty. That is why this prayer is there, to overcome that difficulty. At age 2, the child, sometimes even before mother and father, the first word is what? No. No is a Sanskrit word. Did you know that? Yeah. No. Yes, no. Original no is Sanskrit word from where it has come to English. No na vedeti vedacha. No. Na u. That is what the child first learns. No, no, no. I think it's time to go to sleep. No. You should eat something. No. Be nice to your siblings. No. Come on, make friends. No. You can't go out right now. No. Age 92 at the deathbed. What's the last word? No. Don't want to go. Nothing functions, still don't want to go. Lord Yama is waiting at the foot of the bed. No. When each time I say no, a certain kind of a distance is caused between myself and Ishvara. This is a very important teaching that this particular Shanti mantra gives. Why there is distance? Because the whole world is here. Is here in the form of Bhagavan. What is Bhagavan? Whether I like it or not, it is not dependent on whether I like it, and what I want, it's not dependent on that. It is. What is Bhagavan. You can't say that this is what, I don't like it. I don't like the weather. Okay, great. What are you going to do? I'll turn on the AC. AC is not functioning. Factoid number 2. Yeah. AC is not functioning. That is also Bhagavan. AC is Bhagavan. No AC is Bhagavan. AC is not functioning. What are you going to do? I have some choices. I can scream, cry, rip out my clothes, and then say, why me, why me, why me, why me, why me? Get exhausted. Then finally what? No other option. Keep on screaming, keep on yelling. The other option is to acknowledge that there is a workings of an order that I cannot understand. I cannot understand. If I can't understand, that is okay. I can look into it. But it's not just that I cannot understand. It is here to stay. I have to acknowledge that. In that acknowledging, all the unnecessary no's turn into yes. I become a mumukshu because I start saying yes to life. Yes to what is yes to Ishvara. When I say yes to Ishvara, anirakaranam astu, anirakaranam me, mahyam astu. For me, there is no more negation. I'm saying yes. Oh, but we have to have healthy boundaries. We should say no. That is a situational thing. That is not talking about things in general. The Shastra doesn't want you to be a doormat and say yes to all oppressions and abuse, and that's not what the teaching is. The teaching is breaking down that resistance which is part of every antahkarana under the spell of Atma Ajnanam. That is what this is all about. This is what anirakaranam astu, anirakaranam me astu. Tad atmani nirate. Nirate means always. The one who is always in love. In love with what? Atma. Tadatmani nirate. Ya upanishatsu dharmaha te mayi santu. Have we left any line? That's right. Anirakaranam astu arunakaranam me astu. Ya. Tadatmani nirate. Ya upanishatsu dharmaha te mayi santu. Te mayi santu. Mama Mumukshoho, for me, who is a mumukshu and who has rati, love for Atma. Atma, Ishvara. And even if we say, I don't have love for Ishvara, is there love for oneself or not? No, actually, I hate myself. That's why I'm here. I have self loathe. If you really had self loathe, you would not come here. Why have you come here? To fix that self loathe. Huh? Is the self loathe lovable? Don't scare me. Yeah. Is the feeling of self-loath, self-non-acceptance, self-critique, self-judgment, is that lovable to you? No. What is lovable is the pleased self. The pleased self alone is lovable, for that is what I want. And then what does the Upanishad say? The self is already pleased. In fact, it's the only thing that is pleased. So this I have to know. So the one who has the love for this self, and the love for the self makes them come thousands of miles away to take a course here, give up everything in order to study here. That is the love for the self. So for such a me, for such a myself, who has gone through so many tribulations to be here and to understand this, Ye Upanishadsu dharmaha. Dharma here means the qualifications. Amanitwadi gunaha. The qualifications. Ye Upanishadsu dharmaha. Te mayi santu. Te dharmaha. All these qualifications, may they abide in me. May they abide in me. Who is this me? The one who has love for Atma, the one who wants to know this knowledge, the one who wants to get rid of ignorance. May these qualities. And what are the qualities? What are the qualities? Love of butterflies, right? Yeah. Is that a qualification for Atma? No. What are the qualities? Viveka. Discrimination between that which is temporary and that which is permanent, and that is Viveka. Nitya Vastu Viveka. And what is the next one? Vairagya towards that which is temporary. Because if the discrimination is there, I see this is temporary, this is permanent, what should I drop? Permanently drop the permanent. No. Okay. Yeah. What should I drop? Temporary you drop. Temporary you drop. Permanent persists. Okay. And then that is Vairagya. The dropping is Vairagya. Viveka, Vairagya. And then Viveka, Vairagya is not just for the sake of becoming a tapasvi or some kind of a austerities freak. I love standing on one leg type person. No. Viveka and Vairagya is there because the love to be free is there. Mumukshutvam is there. The third qualification. Only 4 qualifications. Is that so hard? Say no, so we can move on. No. What is the 4th one? Actually, it is 6. What? You said only 4. Yeah, but those are not counted. Those are subsections. Shamadhi Shatka Sampattihi. Tranquil mind, a calm mind. A calm mind comes from not wanting to react to every single thing. Shama and Dama together. Uparati, the willingness to let go. Uparati is a mini sannyasa. Uparati. And then Titiksha. What is this ksha? Titiksha. Titiksha is the ability to put up with discomfort for the sake of this knowledge. I'm ready to put up with the discomfort, but you should be ready to put up with me screaming loudly about the discomfort. That is not putting up the discomfort. Okay, I won't scream loudly. I'll sulk and then go inward and implode and then have a meltdown. That also is not titiksha. Sahanam sarva dukkhanam apratikara purvakam chinta vilaparhitam sa titiksha nigadyate. Definition of titiksha. Sa titiksha, sa means feminine. Everything that matters is feminine. It has been established in both the classes. Yeah. So, sa titiksha nigadyate. She is called titiksha. Who is she? Because of which I have forbearance for all discomfort for the sake of something greater in the form of this knowledge. I'm willing to put up with discomfort instead of reacting loudly, vilaparahitam, or reacting inwardly, chintarahitam. Sa titiksha nigadyate. Titiksha. Then what else is left? Shraddha, which is what this whole week of talks is about. Shraddha. And then Shraddha, trust. Rebuilding the trust that was lost at age 4. And then what is the Samadhanam? Focus. Without focus, there is no knowledge possible. These are the qualifications, technical qualifications. May they be with me. May they be mayi, in me. Who is it? The Atmani Nirate, the one who is constantly striving to be one with this lovable I. Let these qualifications, if they are the make or break situation, that without them I will not have this knowledge, let these qualifications come to me, O Bhagavan. Let them come. Let the Sanskrit come. Yeah, because all the teachings are in which language? Sanskritam. At least in time for the exam, let the Sanskrit come. Please let the Sanskrit come. And then in the 13th chapter, these are what? Only, even if you count all the 6, so 6 plus 3, 9 qualifications. Even then you say, oh my God, how am I going to get each and every one of them? Wait till you reach the 13th chapter of what? Bhagavad Gita, where there are 20 attitudes and values that one must have in order to gain this knowledge. Oh, I have a fainting feeling. How will I do this? When will I do this? Somebody asked me, if there are qualifications, they should be in the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 1 or at the most chapter 2. Why they are in chapter 13? Because Bhagavan wants you to continue studying. If they were at the beginning of chapter 2, the book would be closed and put on the altar with one flower on it. Om Gita Yai Namaha. That's all. That's all. It would be an object of worship, not an object of assimilation. That's why by the 13th chapter you are hooked. And then you say, okay, I think I can do this. Amanitvam adambhitvam ahimsa kshantirarjavam Ācāryavān shaucham sthairyamatma vinigraha indriyārtheshu vairagyam anahankara evacha janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha doshanudarshanam asaktiranabhishvangah putradara grihadishu nityancha samati chittatvam Nishtopapattishu Mai Chananya Yogena Bhaktiravyabhicharini Vivikta Desha Sevitvam Aratirjana Samsadi Adhyatma Jnana Nityatvam Tattvagnanatma Darshanam. This is the 20 qualifications. How do I go about? At least learn to chant them. Okay. Then by osmosis they will go in. Yeah, learn to chant. Which brings me to an important announcement. We are fixing the chanting class permanently at 5:15. So 11 o'clock, you have to bear with me again. Okay. So the next Chandogya class will be at what time? 11. Yeah. So tell Ekatma ji to teach you these 20 qualifications, how to chant. Okay. At least by chanting, you will be closer to that. Etad jnanam iti proktam. Jnanam here. Karane, lut, these are what will be the instruments of this knowledge. Ajnanam tatho anyatha. Everything else is as good as ajnanam. So, Atmani nirate, Upanishatsu dharmaha Te mayi santu. But there is a repetition. Why is there a repetition? Te mayi santu. And then what else? Te mayi santu. Repetition is there. And then the, what is that called? The Shastra, the Tika, Maniprabha Tika says, Adaranartham. So it is for the sake of highlighting this. It's for the sake of highlighting this quality. What is highlighting? Not the quality. What am I trying to say? Highlighting this, this te mai santu. It is for the sake of highlighting that. Let it be there for me. Let it be there for me. Let me not blow away Brahman. Let there be always parasparam preetireva astu. Tadatmani brahmatmani. This Atma, myself, this antakarana, which is non-separate from Brahman, nirate, always, what? Prema kurvati mayi. In this one which is longing to be one with the truth of myself, ye shamadayah upanishadsu vedanteshu prakashitaha. Those that are highlighted by the Upanishads, dharmaha, te dharmaha, mayi santu, avrittihi, repetition, adarartha, for the sake of highlighting this prayer, te mayi santu. And then finally, what is there? Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi. Shanti Shabdasya Trihi Uktihi. Trihi Uktihi Tu Adhyatmika Adhyatmikadi Trividha Vigna Prashanti Artham Iti Bodhyam. Please understand the three Shantis to ward off inner, outer, and then godly, what is that called? Obstacles. To ward off the obstacles, this is there. May you understand that. So, with this, now that we know the meaning of this prayer, the next time we chant it, it will be full of purpose. It will be full. We will connect to the prayer, and when we connect to the prayer fully, we will connect to the meaning of the prayer, and then definitely the prayer will be answered. And so now the 6th chapter of the Chandogya Upanishad is the first of the 3 chapters that has teaching. Up till now, what was there? Upasanas, the various kinds of preparatory meditations and contemplations were prescribed in the first 5 chapters. Tajjalan iti upasita, tadanam iti upasita, like this. So the word Brahman was loaded with various visualizations and various understandings, so that repeating that, the mind comes to a place of calmness and readiness to take on this teaching. Now, the 6th chapter is the story of Shvetaketu and Uddalaka. The 7th chapter is the story of Narada and Sanat Kumara. And the 6th chapter has a name. It is called Sadvidya. The 7th chapter also has a name. It is called Bhuma Vidya. And the 8th chapter is a dialogue between Indra and Prajapati. Prajapati tells, Ya Atma apahata papma. This Atma has no papa. Oh, wonderful. No matter what I do, I don't do papa. No, you don't do papa. You're away from any kind of wrongdoing. Oh, this is something wonderful. So saying, both the Asuras and the Devas wanted to know this Atma for different reasons. The Asuras wanted to know for what? So that they could continue to do bad things, because there is no Papa. This is why they wanted to know. And the Devas, because of their longing to know this, they were truly intrigued. So the story of this is in the 8th chapter. Of the 3 chapters, the 6th chapter is is seen by the Shastra commentators and the Tikakaras to be the most important of the 3. And in fact, of all the Upanishads, the 6th chapter stands out because of some important reasons. And what is the reason the 6th chapter is so important? Because it has everything that an Upanishad should have. It has everything. So what is it that that it has? It has 6 lingas. Lingyate anena iti linga. Lingyate anena. By this something is known. Something is known as Upanishad. What is see these our teachings? They were not born yesterday. Okay, they have been here for thousands and thousands of years. It has been threadbare analyzed. All this has been analyzed. What constitutes an Upanishad has been thoroughly studied and analyzed, and the Shastrakaras have come to the Pandits have come to a conclusion by establishing 6 features from which you recognize this is an Upanishad. Every Upanishad has these 6 features, but some of the features are hidden and you have to bring them to light, except chapter 6 of Chandogya Upanishad, where all the features are, tada, here I am, look at me, they are obvious. So for the study, for the student, this becomes a kind of a this becomes an Upanishad which is a prototype, through the study of which we can understand the lingas in other Upanishads also. So, what are the 6 unique features of every Upanishad? The first feature is Upakrama Upasamhara. Upakrama means what? Introduction. Every Upanishad has to have an introduction, correct? No, this Upanishad doesn't have an introduction. It starts with Isha Vasyam Idam Sarvam. Hello, that is the Upanishad, that is the introduction. Wherever it is the introduction. So Upanishad has to have what? Upakrama. Upakrama means introduction. And then it should have what else? Upasamhara. What does that mean? What is at the end of every introduction? Conclusion. You should have conclusion. No, this Upanishad doesn't have conclusion. What is the last line? Read that. Oh, okay, that's the conclusion. Now, the conclusion and the introduction have a relationship. You can't start off by saying, I am going to write an essay on the weather patterns in India, hotter and hottest. I'm going to write an essay on that, and then end up with, what is the last sentence of your essay? Chocolate cake is wonderful. Yeah. What is the connection? No connection. If it's an essay about the weather, it should at least end in whether it will rain or not, I don't know. That should be the last statement. There should be a connection, a sambandha should be there. And so this is exactly how the child in a school is, whichever language school, is taught to write essays. You have to have an introduction, you have to have the conclusion which summarizes and posits that introduction. You have to have that. So, Upakrama, Upasamhara. These are not 2 lingas. These 2 together are how many lingas? 1. Introduction and a connected conclusion. And a conclusion that reiterates the introduction and highlights the introduction, summarizes the whole thing by referring to the introduction. Upakrama Upasamhara. And then there is one more which is called Apurvata. Apurvata, we will be seeing in detail. Of all these 6, we will be seeing Apurvata in detail because that is the most pertinent to our study. Apurvata means that which is found in this Upanishad or in any Upanishad must not be found anywhere else. The Apurvata is Pramana Vichara. Pramana Vyapara. I'll explain all this, don't worry. Okay. So Pramana Vyapara means the operation of the Pramana is called Apurvata. Apurvata means anadhigatatvam. That which is here should not be anywhere else. This you are Shvetaketu, you are Satchidanandam Brahma, you are Sat. That Sat you are Shvetaketu should not be there in Agatha Christie who done it mystery book, or should not be there in a history book, should not be there just falling from the sky somewhere, should not be there anywhere. Otherwise, why look into this? Why look into the Shastra if the knowledge is available everywhere? Should not be there experientially also, should not be there as a concept anywhere. This alone should be the unfolder of this. This is called Apurvata. Second thing, second linga, second characteristic feature is called Apurvata. And then the third one is called Arthavada. Arthavada is unfoldment. You can't just say that Sat Sa Atma Tvamasi Shvetaketo Om Purnamadah Purnamidam bye bye. No, you have to explain. You have to unfold what is this Sat. This Sat is Jagat Karanam Brahma. That has to be established. That has to be established. It has to be unfolded. Arthavada. And then Manda Madhyama Adhikarinam for the people who are like us, who don't understand after being told once. Correct? Yeah. These are called Manda Adhikaris and Madhyama Adhikaris. Of the 9 qualifications, we have barely 1. Okay. And of the 20 values and attitudes, we are still learning how to chant. So for that kind of us, what do we need? What do we need? We need repetition, abhyasa. Repeatedly we have to hear. And that is also there in this chapter. Aitadatmyamidam sarvam tat sat sa atma shvetaketo tvamasi. 9 times repeated. Abhyasa. How many qualifications is that? 4 or 3? 4. Okay. Then upapattihi. Upapattihi means I can't just say, the Shastra cannot just say what? You are Sat. Sat is the cause of everything. It has to show through illustrations. Illustrations have to be there. And here we are seeing the 14th teaching. 13 other illustrations are there. That means that have gone by. We will see a few of them as and when it is relevant. So then, upapattihi, illustrations. Then all this in the service of the 6th one, which is what? Phala. What is the phala of studying the Upanishad? Chocolate cake. No. The feeling you get from chocolate cake is the phala, because that is there all the time. Without chocolate cake and without the succeeding ache. When separated from chocolate cake, there is ache. But since you cannot be separated from the self, there is no ache. This is the phala. These are the 6 things that make an Upanishad. And here, each and every feature is out to play. It is just so amazingly out to play. It is obvious. In Mundaka, in Kathopanishad, you have to look for it. Oh, is this Arthavada? We have to confer. We have to confer and find out. Is this Upapatti like this? Sometimes there is no Upapatti. There is hardly any Upapatti. Like in the Taittiriya Upanishad, there is no illustrations. There are no stories. There is no, okay, this one went tired, getting disappointed, just like me. He or she went to his or her guru. Maitreyi went to Yagyavalkya. This one went to that one. No such thing. Straight away, Brahmavida apnoti param, deal with it, So you have to look for certain things. The signs, the chinhas, the lingas are there, but they are not obvious. They have to be looked into. But here, all of them are so obvious. This particular chapter becomes a very important prototype of Upanishad study for all jignasus, for all mumukshus. So out of these 6, we will take, what is the one we will take? I said, Apurvata. Apurvata we will take. Apurvata means anadhigata arthavat phalabodhakam. This is what is the definition of apurvata. Apurvata means it is the only place where you can get something. That is what is called apurvata. No other place you can get it. But that's not true. Upanishad knowledge you can get elsewhere also. I was in meditation and then I kind of knew I'm all, this is one. I knew. For how long did you know? When everything was silent and I was not there, that's when I knew. When I came back, I knew, okay, I had this wonderful experience. Why are you here then? That is the question to ask. Why on earth are you here? If the quest is complete, then why are you still looking? Even the person in samadhi comes out of samadhi, goes to a Mahatma and asks, what is the meaning of this samadhi? Even the dreamer who has a lucid dream that, oh, all this is here is one Brahman, has to go to somebody and find out what is the meaning of this dream? What is the meaning of this experience? The experience is dumb. Every experience is mute. It cannot talk. It has to be analyzed. It has to be interpreted. When we are talking of analysis and interpretation, we have come from experience to what realm? Knowledge. This much we have to understand. From experience, we have to come to knowledge. Even if one is an experienced hog, before it was bungee cord jumping and river rafting, and then finally the fellow came to the ashram, and then what? I want to have a spiritual experience. They lengthen the word experience because they want a long experience. What to do this? Even the spiritual experience, first you were an experience hunter in the Jagat, in samsara, and then what? Some punya working over time brought you to this place of understanding the truth of yourself, and now you want to have a spiritual experience. An experience, by definition, has a beginning time and an end time. That means what? Is it infinite or finite? Finite. We have to understand. And also, we don't lack experience. What are you doing now? You're experiencing yourself, yes or no? Yes. You're experiencing the classroom, yes or no? Yes. You're experiencing the Swami sitting here and talking, yes or no? Yes. You're experiencing the fan overhead giving a breeze. Yes, yes. You're experiencing, when you go outside, you'll experience the sun, everything. This is Anubhuti Swarupa Atma. The Atma is in the form of always being experienced. Experiencer is Atma. That which is experienced, non-separate from the Atma. We don't lack experience. Atma is in the nature of Aluptadrik, that which never misses an experience. Even when there is nothing to experience, it is still experiencing what? The fact that there is nothing to experience, it is experiencing. It is never absent, always present I, never absent I. This is the Atma, and this Atma alone I have to understand, because I'm not lacking experience. One more spiritual experience is not going to give you some kind of a medal on the chest, like, okay, one more experience I've had. I've had samadhi experience, I've had this experience, that experience. No. So, to get down from that and come to the realm of knowledge is the message of Apurvata. More we'll see at 11 o'clock. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.